free game, baby. Man, you know what's funny, crazy about Subject 2? You can get a house like this. Let's say if somebody's behind on their payments, $10,000. You can get a house like if you work out a deal with them, you could save them from foreclosure, catch them up on their payments. They sign the house over to you, and then you own the house for $10,000. Not even in telling like if it had equity in it, you know. So some people just want to throw their hands up because, you know, some people might get in over their head or they go through a hardship and they just might want the bleeding to stop. Like, man, look, I don't care about this house. I just want to stop, you know, I just want the stress to stop. Take it over, you know. So it's plenty of people out here like that, and you can really, you know, build your portfolio getting Subject 2 houses. Property, stocks, what else? Intellectual property, life insurance. We need all that. You know what I'm talking about? I mean, real estate is one of the building blocks to wealth. So you want to accumulate as much land and property and businesses and intellectual property that you can, you know, and build up as much capital as you can. I'm not just talking about fiscal money. Capital is anything that can pay you. You know, I'm pretty sure he's buying that land, you know, so he can either build something that can pay him, you know, probably growing a farm, anything. But he's doing what people should be doing, which is acquiring land, acquiring businesses, creating intellectual property, you know, creating products where you can get royalties off of. Like, that's how you build generational wealth. You don't build generational wealth by working harder. I mean, as far as being physical, the labor part of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of this is from the neck up, you know. Creating something one time and getting paid on it forever. You know, that's how you create wealth. It's different. This hard money lender is not asking for information because I done did business with them before. But when you're new, they're gonna ask for everything. Like, you got a lot of red tape when you're new. When you start building up a track record, that's why it's important to work for free. JV with somebody, bring somebody a deal and just be a deal finder. You know, anything. You want the track record. Put me on the hood. Because if without the track record, you can't get started. It's more red tape. From Grove Street, I could have made every excuse in the world. Well, good, that would have did me. Huh? Come on, man. We don't make excuses.
Is marriage a business relationship? Is it a business?
I think it is. I mean, to a certain extent, because I mean, you becoming one. So my baggage becomes your baggage, and vice versa. Your good becomes my good, and vice versa. So, I mean, to a certain extent, it is a business deal.
Could marriage be a key factor in the whole generational wealth then? Like, you know,
because those student loans, that's the only thing. That's the only debt that can't be eliminated through bankruptcy. They can pass it on to your spouse. Yeah. So it is a business deal. You know, would you want to marry somebody with $300,000 in debt? Yeah. You know, and if you do, y'all should be coming up with a plan to try to eliminate that debt. And that's what I be trying to tell couples too. I'm like, yo, if y'all got debt, look, on your spare time, learn how to flip houses. You flip, let's say if you flip 2 houses a year, you can cut that debt in half. All the proceeds go towards your student loan debt. You can cut that in half. 2 flips. This is one of my flips. It took 45 days to complete. 45 days to complete. 0 money out of my pocket. I'll show y'all how to do that later. You know, just building relationships. You know, doing what you say you're gonna do, being what you're saying you're gonna be. And you can do as many deals you want as long as you can fund them. So that's my strategy. I'm not anti-college, I'm just letting everybody know, like, look, that's the old way of doing things. And you know, before college it was get a factory job. Before that it was go work in the fields. Like, it's evolution. Like right now, if you're going to college and you're racking up $200,000 in debt to learn business, I think that's foolish. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? There's too many other resources, like you said. You can connect to too much information too quickly now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not anti-college. I'm just not fucking Blockbuster.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I know it's just gonna change. You know, like it's Netflix now, and tomorrow it's gonna be something else, and you always got to keep moving.
One main element too, so I make sure I do open houses on all my listings. Well, this house is one of my listings, so I don't do open houses anymore, but I have one of my agents do an open house, and the reason for that is we want to control the game. We do practice dual agency in my brokerage, so we're trying to find the buyer as well. Me coming up playing sports, I always like to use this analogy. I like to know who my teammates are every time out. So, but in real estate, every transaction you're dealing with a different lender, different agent, different co-op agent, different title company. Everything's different. So every transaction could get drawn out. But I like to play with the same players. So when I'm controlling the deal, I like to use my same closing attorney. I try to find the buyer myself. Not saying it's not on the open market, but I put effort in trying to find a buyer myself. That way I can control the transaction.
Get into the wholesaling, man.
Yeah, you got money or time.
I got time.
Time. So look, so if you got time, so what the first thing I'll tell you to do is get you a list. It's gonna take some money, but not a lot of money. You know, you gotta get you a list, like a probate list.
How do I acquire that list?
Go down to the courthouse. You can get a probate list, or you could buy it from one of these sites. But the purest form of data you can get is straight from the courthouse. Because if you're buying it from the sites, they got it from the courthouse.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So ain't no telling how old that data is.
Yeah.
And I would cold call. So cold call, you know, the cost is minimal. You just gotta have a little hustle. You don't have time, money, or hustle.
Yeah.
And if you can have a combination of those three, you'll really be dangerous.
That duplex went on the market 15 minutes. I made him an offer he couldn't refuse. They accepted the first offer. Why is that? Because I let them know how serious we was. I put down the earnest money hard. You know, me being a broker, I let him represent me on the deal. You know, that's an offer he couldn't refuse. So instead of making 3%, he made 6%. But like I teach my agents, don't chase commissions, chase wealth. You know how many commissions I'm gonna make off that building? Just over the life of the whole, you know? So it's all about changing your mindset. That's what it's all about. Changing the mindset, baby.